movie Police State, these are real stories. A couple of people asked me yesterday on my social accounts and on Facebook, they had said, is it some kind of docudrama, with actors? I said, well, there are actors in it portraying some folks in the FBI, but the stories in there are very real. The people in there and the victims of the police state are very real. They are not actors at all. And there's a scene in the movie, the aunt of one of the victims of the police state. That's just devastating to watch. And I got to tell you, I sat there with myself, a grown man, getting a little wet in the eyeballs listening to this. It's really hard to listen to these stories.
Well, the movie is really divided into two types of testimony. The first one is from people who have been architects and behind the scenes in the police state. These are whistleblowers and insiders, people who know how this operates, how this evil sausage-making machine, in a sense, is constructed. So you understand more about how the police state functions. The other is ordinary citizens who have come, who have felt the hot breath of the police state on their face. And so these are people giving firsthand testimony. Now, in some cases, these guys have actual police video, FBI video, body cam video, and we show it in the film. In other cases, they describe what happened, and we recreate it. And the reason we recreate it is we want the ordinary citizen, we want the guy watching this movie to be there. It's one thing for you or me to tell them about it, but then they feel like it's never going to happen to me. I'm never going to see a battering ram come through my door. So you got to take people to see what the police state looks and feels like. That's really what it creates, both an intellectual and emotional awakening.
The movie is available at policestatefilm.net for theater dates and for the online premiere, policestatefilm.net. Dinesh, you're a pretty astute observer of the political scene. I watch your videos a lot when you used to debate, and probably still do once in a while on college campuses, and they're pretty impressive. I mean, you just absolutely eviscerating some of these kids, and you have a lot different style than I do. I kind of admire your style. I wish I had a little more self-control, but you're really good at this, and I'm kind of want your overall take with the police state, the border crisis, chaos in our inner cities, which you and I know is deliberate. The left has always had shock troops in the street. They're now just empowered. If we lose in 2024, there are some people on Twitter and social media I really respect, learned guys like you saying, I don't know where this is going to go. There could be some really dark days ahead. Your thoughts on that in the overview?
I mean, I agree with that. I think that once the jaws of a police state snap shut, it's very difficult. Your options become very limited. In fact, as we know from people, for example, who have become refugees from places like North Korea, at that point, the only thing you can do is run. And so we're trying to avoid that situation. We have a window of opportunity to use our influence, our power individually, but also collectively, to stop and block and roll back this police state. I mean, we're now not trying to roll back the Soviet Union the way Reagan was. We're trying to roll back a similar, you may almost call it an evil empire in this country. And that is our task. And by tragic necessity, we are the only ones who can do it. So this movie to me is more than a movie. It's a cause. It's an alarm. It's a wake up, an urgent wake up call to the American people. I think that people know something is deeply wrong. And I'm hoping that the movie just taps that chord where they begin to realize this is not normal politics, and we need to be really vigilant now because a lot is at stake.